Hey guys, welcome to my channel. So let's just go ahead and jump on into it. We're gonna start by moisturizing the face, and as you guys know, I have been using that serum for a while, and I do have a spot around my nose that's very dry, so it's irritating me. So I obviously went in there with some moisturizer. So starting off with the primers, I am using a pore filling primer in my T-zone, and any excess primer I have on my hands, I just smooth it around my face so that I have a even canvas. And then I'm going to go in with the highlighting primer on my cheekbones, my forehead, and my chin, and I think I even put a little bit on my nose as well. I like working with my hands for bases just because it blends a lot easier from the warmth of my hands, and I also have more control. I can use one finger to get into smaller areas, or I can use more fingers to get in larger areas. Don't be perverted now, okay? It is very hard for me to find brushes that work with me, especially around like my forehead, and I know I'm not like the only person that has that problem. So if you do, just try using your fingers, and I do obviously have makeup wipes around me to wipe my fingers. So the next thing that I'm going to go ahead and do is just use a dry side of my beauty sponge to absorb any excess product that I don't need on my face. Before that, I do moisturize my I do dampen my sponge with my pharmacy mist. As you guys saw, I like that it has a cooling sensation, and then I just dab the foundation all over my face. I do make sure to avoid my breakouts. As you see, I do have two, which is why I did want to film a more in-depth video on a foundation routine, because I don't think I've done this in like over 6-7 months, maybe even a year. Honestly, I don't know, sorry, but I do make sure to blend the foundation down my neck. And if you do self tan, make sure to get your ears as well. I don't self tan myself, so I don't really need to worry about it, but it is all personal preference. So for this specific look, I do want to go ahead and go a little bit more bolder on the highlight, just a little bit. So what I wanted to do is use the concealer, and I used more of it. I'm also going to use an opposite side of my sponge to blend it in, rather than the actual side that I applied foundation. Whenever I use the same side that I applied foundation, it kind of blends and looks a little bit more natural, but if you use an opposite side of your sponge, it kind of looks a bit more dramatic. I hope that makes sense. So do whatever you want. I'm just using dabbing motions, because if I use swiping motions, I will get smears and smudges and streaks all over my face, and that is not what I'm going for. I also like to clean up any eyeshadow, and I use a skin tone concealer stick to cover up any breakouts, and make sure you do sanitize it after you use it, because you don't want to spread bacteria. So I do go in with the dry side of my sponge just to absorb any excess product or oil that may come off of my foundation, and this really does help. Before I do set it though, I do want to go in with a liquid highlighter, just so that it's not too matte or cakey, as you guys would say. I want it to be matte, but literally like not like cakey or flat, you know what I mean? So I do go in with the with my sponge and just like dab it in really quick. You can use your fingers for this too if you would like, but I don't know, my sponge was just right there. So whenever I do set it, I do concentrate the most product around my concealer, and then I dab it around. Before you guys start using swirling motions to buff it in, you want to make sure that you dab the product in first. Now for highlight, what I like to do is I like to go ahead and dampen up my highlight and apply it to the heights of my cheekbones, the tip of my nose, cupid's bow, and chin. I am also using a blush brush in case you guys were wondering, so that it would grab more product. And I like to use my finger for the tip of my nose and the bridge, just because again I can have more control rather than a brush, because the brush is really fluffy and the brushes, the actual hairs go everywhere. So blend it out, do what you would like, add as much or as little as you would prefer. So for the eyes, I just go in and apply a little bit more to the inner tear duct and the brow bone, just so that it kind of goes with the face. I'm pretty sure you guys know what I mean. So now I'm gonna apply some blush. I know you guys like blush. I normally don't, so if you're like me, you can just keep it at the contour and highlight and just, you know, be yourself. But I went ahead and showed you how I applied blush, and then I go in and I just make sure everything is blended with the leftover product on the kabuki brush. So that is it for this video, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, obviously like the video and don't forget to subscribe. Click the bell button if you want to get notifications of my videos, and leave any questions or comments down below. You guys know that I always get back to you as fast as I can, and remember that you are loved because I love you, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.